Well, here we are, heading out on our backcountry adventure on Opeongo Lake here in Algonquin Park, Ontario. Let's take a look at what I brought. Well, there's the old canoe, restored. Good shape. It's an extremely windy day out here on the lake. Very large lake, windswept lake. So it'll be fun kind of paddling against the breeze there, but it's supposed to be awesome weather. Opeongo is a pretty popular lake, easy to get to, large, so you can do lots of things with a powerboat or with canoes. So some people are here just piddling around, going fishing and stuff. There is a water taxi here that can take you out to far out to the north arm of the lake too, which is really handy if you don't want to paddle that far. Pretty nice big sights there, as you can see. This actually is quite a large lake. We're only just at the very tip of the south arm. Right, there's the money shot. Now we're in the bigger waters here. Not too much longer, and paddling almost an hour. Well, been in the boat paddling for about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. Went out as far as I could on the south arm, and looks like the couple of campsites out there that I kind of wanted are taken. That's the one thing here is that you know, no sites reserved. You're just given a kind of a block area to go on and you just find a campsite. So doubling back a little bit now. There is a nice little site, a little bit sheltered out of the wind, just up ahead. It's on an island, so let's go check it out. And we've arrived, home sweet home. This is gonna be it for the night. A nice little bit of shelter with a couple of islands here. Nice little bay over there. All right, we're gonna get set up. Check in with you in a minute. All right, this is an awesome site. Let's go check it out. All right, so I didn't get any footage of setup, but it's kind of boring. Bryce is already wandering around, had his meal. Tuck the tent right back here because the wind is it's howling. The wind right now is about steady 20 to 30 kilometers an hour with 50 to 60 kilometer an hour gusts. So this is the tent. A little clothesline. Nice tucked up in the pine trees here. Some cedar and balsam and all that stuff is all around here, which is lovely. And let's take a look at some chairs here. Walmart camp chairs. And I wanted to show you this. I grabbed this at the just at the gate. Just a fishing map. I'll show you where we're at here. All right, so I'm going to show you where we are here. So that's where the put-in is. And this is just the south arm of the lake, okay? So went all the way up here, went all the way around here. My hope was to camp on this side, because there's a little inland lake here and you can kind of hike through to get to it. We'll do that tomorrow, I think. But anyways, people were camping out here, so paddled all the way back around. And we're basically located right there. Tip of that little island, because you can see these two little islands here. Good bass fishing in here. You can see it totally when you're paddling around. Out here is lake trout zone. And this is the rest of the lake here. So the south arm is down here, and then there's more like up here. Like I could have gone camped in along here, and it goes really all over. It's quite a lot here. I mean, there's a power boat that will take your canoe from the put-in all the way up somewhere around here. So there's like basically spots you can kind of hike in other places. So yeah, it's a good little fishing map here. Lots of lake trout and smallmouth bass in here. So maybe we'll try fishing a little bit later. It's far too windy right now. White caps are out there. I think it's gonna get a little bit better tonight, but I think it's supposed to be windy all weekend long, but warm. Tomorrow is supposed to be hot, 31 degrees. Today actually was only about 24, 25, so it's really nice. So I think we got a good spot here. And of course, here's the fire pit, still warm from the last people. And canoe, obviously, a couple entrance points to come in. It's a bit steep on this one to come in. There's a tie out for the dog. He'll be tied up as soon as it gets dusky. He's a good boy. It's bear season right now, so he's in full orange. I can't, not like people are hunting here, but there's always a possibility that someone's gonna mistake him for a bear, and that could be a bad thing. And straight up there is the bathroom. We've got thunder boxes out here, so you don't soil the woods. There's these boxes with holes drilled in the ground, so you can use the toilet up there. So very civilized for being in backcountry. A lot of little dried up mushrooms around here. Oh, russula. There was one campsite as we were paddling along where there was just like a ton of mushrooms. Like, this site's for me, but I think there were a lot of old mushrooms. They weren't edible kind. So a lot of beautiful sites along here. It's not like my ideal backcountry situation because there's basically, you know, like a lot of people to put in, and there's a lot of people on the lake, including powerboats. Kind of wasn't expecting it to be like this. I mean, a little bit, but I don't know. It's just a little bit busy. It is a long weekend, so I guess what was I expecting? But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Initial impressions, I was like, I don't know, but at least we're further out. Paddled out a good couple hours, so but there's still people all around. You know, you can see people across the lake and stuff like that, and smell people's fires and stuff. But it's definitely backcountry. You are paddling for a while, you know, and you're driving into a wilderness park. So we'll give it a whirl, see what it's like. Beautiful little hemlock in here. You start seeing these come in mature forests. Nice thing about these campsites in Algonquin Park is there's some really, really old forests here. There's active logging that happens, but a lot of the forests have extremely old pine trees in here. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully we get some wildlife sightings. I'm not really sure we will. Pretty busy lake this weekend, but we'll keep our eyes peeled. Just collecting some deadfall for fire here. So apparently the fire pit, I'm told, like I thought the rocks were pretty warm, but actually there was actually a really hot bed of coals in there left by another camper. So tisk tisk, you should have put that out. So we're putting that out right now and just rebuilding this fire pit so it's a bit safer. Don't think we can make a fire right now. The wind is horrendous. So it's too bad on those campers that they left the fires burning like that. That's how we get forest fires, people. Like, what are you thinking? Like, make sure you put your fire dead out. Just found some wood sorrel. Looks like clover, but it's actually a woodland plant. Has a nice lemony flavor. One of my first memories here in Algonquin Park was camping with camp, and they made wood sorrel tea. So we picked a bunch of this, heated it up, and had a lovely lemony flavored tea. So this takes me back. Yeah, I camped here as a teen. Actually, that's probably the last time I ever did backcountry camping. Was 11, 12-year-old. Yeah, it was really neat. We went truly backcountry in here. I mean, they drove us down some bumpy road, and you know, we canoed through multiple inland lakes. So that was really awesome. So very different than this, but had a good impression on me. I did not enjoy packing these big old canvas packs with leather straps. That's what we did back when I was like that age. No fun with big heavy pots. Not like the technical stuff we have these days. It's like super light. Let me tell you, it was not light at all. So my first experience was a little traumatizing here in the park, but it was awesome. We found a waterfall, went swimming underneath that. Lots of cool things. So here we are again, some years later. You can hear a loon. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful here tonight. Hopefully lots of nice stargazing. I had to bring good binoculars this time so I could see wildlife, and I can't see the loon just yet, but I can definitely hear them. Very cool. Oh. Well, I'm going to boil some water for dinner tonight. Going to rehydrate some curry. So this should be good. Alright, getting the meal ready. We got some rice, and this is a dehydrated curry that I made. So we're going to put this bit in each one with some boiling water and kind of keep it nice and warm and let it rehydrate. Now we'll put the lid on and see how they do. Alright, here's my curry and rice all rehydrated. Looks good. This is homemade. Let's give it a try. Very good and spicy. Warm me up in a cooler evening, actually. It's a bit windy still, but it's gonna be a gorgeous night. Very good. It's a surprising number of canoeists out tonight. It's getting on. It's like, I don't know, about 7:15 or so, and People are kind of going along. I don't know if people are leaving their campsites and just kind of poking around, going fishing, doing whatever. Certainly hope they're not out this late trying to find a campsite, because I think they're all pretty much taken. But that's one thing. You don't reserve these things. You just you get technically a spot in a group area, and then you pick one of the umpteen sites that are there, and you hope no one's there. But you hope they don't overbook them, but you never know. Delicious. So I brought some wine with me. My little flask here, my little GSI Outdoors flask from a friend of mine. And what do I have in there? Well, I have a wine called Don't Poke the Bear, which I thought was kind of appropriate for today. I think it's a wine. It's an Ontario wine that part of the purchase goes towards anti-bullying campaigns here in the province. So cheers to that. Very good. Very good. Actually pairs very nicely with the curry. Nice. And it's nice, kind of light, but it cleanses the palate. So very enjoyable. Just sitting down here by the fire, and the wind is just howling tonight, so it's gonna be actually good sleeping. To hear background noise, not worry about hearing animals in the woods and things like that. Although we're on an island, so I don't really think there's a whole lot going on here other than like little chipmunks. But I remember years ago when I was camping on Manitoulin Island, there were wolves, and one was could swim across the bay and came to one of the adjacent campsites. So they do swim, so you got to be aware of that. But I've got the food packed up and up in a tree. And yeah, just tucking in for the night. It's gonna be good. My arms getting a little bit sore from all the paddling, but felt strong today, felt good. So tomorrow, more paddling and possibly just exploring around the campsite. We'll see what's going on around here. All right, we'll see you in the morning.